now, and I don't know I am now. I felt like something was not going right, but it fucks me up, telling it's crazy. Fucks me up, telling it's to my goal. Time to light. Okay, what's up, everybody? And in this video, it's not a video. In this stream, I'll show you guys something nobody probably has mentioned, okay? I'm not really trying to jump on that like bandwagon. I actually got no. I know I almost said video because I did a lot of preparation for this one. So the thing is, like, I'm not really here to just watch a video and go like, oh, interesting. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm actually trying to show you something nobody probably has talked about yet, right? Nobody. And this whole thing is really interesting, but I'm not gonna really just talk about like all the unnecessary things. I'm gonna just straight up go up to the point, okay? Only in Japan also create a stream. Oof. Everybody's talking about this. God damn. I'm so psyched to see what Sora has to say. Well, I mean, so like I'm gonna say something. I wanna suck Chris Broad's. So let me just talk about my channel before anything, because I feel like there's gonna be a lot of like new people, right? So I have a history of going to Chris Broad's bar and smelling the towel, saying, "Huh, Christian." So like, which one is Chris? Oh, this Christian. So I have a history of like doing something like this before, but this stream is not gonna be biased or anything, because like I actually have something I really want everybody to know. Okay? I really wanted everybody to know about something. Right. Oriental Pearl has more subs than you. Fuck, I'm getting wrecked. Fuck, she has more subs. Fuck. What? Anyway, so like, I actually got something to prove in this stream. And I even prepared this thing. Because I was doing something by myself to dox all the things in the video so that you can learn something, okay? This is gonna be archived, okay? I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna straight up get to the point in this stream, and then I'm gonna peace out. So let's just watch this. So this is basically the video that's currently blowing up, I'm guessing. This one right here. So what is happening to Japan? This video is basically her, Oriental Pearl, right? And I know some people are raging about the name because it's basically like naming myself Sora Shinchan. I get it too, which I thought is kind of funny. I honestly don't mind it as a Japanese person, but I think it's just because it's me. And so this video basically starts with this sentence.
Looking around, where do you think we are right now? I'll give you a second.
She shows up in Tokyo and she shows those graffitis, right? And then some people out there say like something like, but like those graffitis have been there forever, versus what the fuck is happening to Japan? And in this stream, I'm gonna straight up just show you the actual places. I got all the places, okay? All the places, all the dates. I got actual like all the places that's in the video, so you can see what she's trying to say, right? Okay? And this is not me like actually trying to talk about something based on what she says, like based on like what Chris says or anything. This is simply just there so that everybody knows like what is actually happening in Japan. That's really it, nothing else. So in the video she says this, right?
Graffiti all over the wall. Somebody illegally dumped their household trash here. This has been here for weeks.
So that's what you saw, right? So there were graffitis and there was like some illegal like trash and whatever. And then what's actually happening is here. This is back in 2020, right? And as you can kind of see, I mean, there's like some trash here, right? But you kind of see what she's trying to say, I guess. Like there was like no graffiti back then. How was it in 2019? Actually, yeah, she's she's got a point. Kinda. I mean, there was like some stuff here and there, but the tunnel itself, I mean, I don't know if I can even call this a tunnel, but there really weren't graffitis here in the first place, right? So that kind of makes sense to me, right? And then here.
Even graffiti on the abandoned house.
And then abandoned house. She's talking about this one. And it really seems like, yeah, it's like a recent thing. Right? It seems like a recent thing to me. And then the next portion, right? No, not seeing you much. Fuck. I'm sorry. This one. Right? It's in 2022. So, is this such a big deal? I'm gonna get to that part later. Like, is it a big deal? I'm gonna get to that part later. Because, like, this is something I actually studied back in university. And then, like, I feel like I know what she's trying to say. And that's kind of why I decided to jump on this bandwagon. Because this is something I am really interested in. All the data and whatever stuff. But I'm gonna get to that later. So, this is the second part, right? And then Shiji goes...
This isn't London. It's not New York. This is actually Tokyo, Japan.
Yes, Tokyo, Japan. And then, again, to show you guys, like, what she's experiencing. This is where she's at. And this is 2 years ago. And she actually has a point here, right? If she's, like, saying, like, oh, Tokyo got dirty. She has a point. And I will get to that later. Nakameguro. Yeah, but I'll just tell you. And I'm not really saying like, oh, she's got the points like Chris Broad sucks. I'm not saying that because again, I even said like I wanted to suck Chris Broad's
As a person who has been living here for many years, I've seen a lot of changes and I've gotten to the point where I really want to talk about this. So
as a person who's been in Japan in my entire life, well, it's kind of like a thing like that's been there. I thought it's been there forever, but I guess I was wrong too. Let me explain.
Let's have a look around.
If you've been in Japan for a while, like this is like something you see and you go like, wait, but it's kind of like, it's been there forever, right? Which is like what I thought too. And I was like, wait, what? There's been like so many graffitis everywhere. But no. I'll get to that later.
And I'll tell you exactly what I mean.
This thing. So, this is the beginning of like everything too in the video. So she randomly shows up at this place, right? And I actually got all the places on Google Maps. This thing right here. This. It's this place, right? So I guess this place closed down in 2025. And this is what the place looked like in 2022. Then, what's wrong with graffiti? I will get to that later. It's gonna I'm gonna talk about it probably in like 1 hour or something. I'm really sorry for this. And then, here. So she walks towards the corner. And then, I think her point is like, wow, graffiti everywhere. Which is... probably true. This is what the corner looks like in 2022. And this is what it looks like now, right? Right. So, if she's like saying like, oh, there are graffitis everywhere, Japan's dirty. If she's saying that, that's actually all like based on truth. This is not fake or she's not exaggerating. This seems to be true, which is something I didn't know about either. Like, when I first saw this, I was like, wait, it kind of seems like it's over-exaggerated. But it turns out it wasn't. So I was like, wow.
Now I understand things go out of business.
Yeah, and go out of business, that seems to be true. Because in 2022, this place was freaking active, right? This is in 2022. And it seems like, yeah, it was kind of active-ish. And then, yeah, it's all gone. I guess, right? Graffiti is normal. I'll just get to that later, okay? I'll get to that later. I know what you guys are talking about. Like, I know you guys are saying, like, what's wrong with graffiti? I'll talk about that later. There's, like, something I can talk about, but I'll get to that later.
It's tough to make it in Tokyo. This went out of business about 4 or 5 months ago, but look at what's happened since. And in an upscale neighborhood. Yeah.
That place right here, though, is I think this part is like a bit exaggerated because it looks like it was the same like 3 years ago. It's this place right here. It looks kind of the same to me. So this part, I think it's exaggerated. You see this thing right here? The 3 thing? That's like where it's at. So this thing, I think it's been like the forever. So I guess you can say like, yeah, I guess it was over exaggerated. This place, yes.
All the way wrapped around. Now some people will say graffiti is a form of art, but this is just drawing dicks on the wall. Like, this is what things have come to.
Which I think is hilarious.
No pun intended. And we have to look at this every...
Yeah, we have to look at the penis. This part, yeah. Dude, you gotta freaking laugh at dicks. That's what I do.
day. That was also not...
Dude, she doesn't like dicks. Fuck. I feel bad now. I'm sorry. I talk about pee poop on my channel.
There a couple months ago. That one's new. This used to be completely white.
So like the thing is like, so what she's saying is here. I think she wanted to say that there are like so many graffitis now compared to before, and then like some people just keep saying like, oh, but like it's been like that forever in Japan. But even I thought so too, but it really turns out that she was kind of right about this.
Here we go.
So this thing, it's
more
whatever.
Illegally.
Yeah, people do that. Like people have been doing it all the time.
Parked bikes. So in Japan, especially in big cities like Tokyo, you can't just park your bike anywhere, but
yeah, that's true too.
There's a designated parking spot over.
And this thing right here, I got this place too. So as to this part though, I think it's a bit exaggerated as well. It's this place right here. This place right here, right? And I think her point is like there's like so much trash and people just leave their bikes, and it seems like people have been just doing that there. And I feel like it's probably just a thing like people do there in Nakameguro. By the way, we are talking about this district right here, Nakameguro. So she's filming the whole thing, Nakameguro here. It's around here. So the thing is it the same everywhere? I'm gonna actually show you something. It's not. See? I mean, it's still like on Google Maps, but like you can just go to some like random places and it's not gonna be the same everywhere. So one thing I really wanted you guys to know is that it is kind of true, but in some certain spots. Yes, it is a thing. But you guys will get to see all of those later, right? And I'm gonna talk about why she's like talking about graffitis and whatever. I can talk about it from like a Japanese person's perspective, okay?
Over there, but it's full, so a lot of people are just dumping their bikes here, and it's not a good situation. Look at all
that thing has been there forever. So like this thing is a bit exaggerated, I think. It's not anything crazy.
This. All these bikes parked illegally.
You're Japanese. I'm Korean and Chinese. I'm not Japanese, I'm Korean and Chinese. And
here.
Can I be at least Asian?
And it's just, there's more and more every day.
Every time I freaking get an ad on YouTube, it freaking just like shows me like this thing, and it's about getting a job. So it just keeps telling me to get a job. What is happening? I do have a job already. Why is this guy freaking twerking? Right, and this part right here.
Oh, that's an old car back there.
So I kind of wanted to skip this part, but I can talk about something. This part, yes, it's really a thing. Like IKEA problems and whatever. So people you know, like how there are like so many old people in Japan because like young people don't even like date and young people don't get married and whatever. By the way, this is like something I really wanted you guys to know, by the way, but the version rate in Japan is freaking hilarious. Did you guys know like how high the version rate in Japan right now is? Can you guys guess the version rate in Japan? This is something you guys have to know about. This is something I didn't know about and I thought it was funny as fuck. I was like, wow, that's something. It's a virgin country, yes. So I found this article, and I actually kind of can tell this is true from my experience too. So here, he's one of the thousands of Japanese in monogamous romantic relationship with the fictional characters. So a lot of people freaking started dating VTubers and anime characters. It's really a thing in Japan. I saw so many people doing that. Even a lot of my friends do it. Almost half of Japan's millennial singles ages 18 to 34 self-report as virgins. Self-report. So there are freaking some actual closeted virgins. That means you can easily assume 60% of Japanese people are virgins who've never freaking touched the opposite gender. They've been watching porn, anime, VTubers, and it's really a thing. Yes, Japanese people are freaking a bunch of virgins. You know what happens? Yeah, this situation. Right, because there are like no young people, really, and this thing is like something like the government has been talking about. This is not like something I, came up with or nothing. This is a real issue. It's a real issue, yes. And thank you so much for the donation.
Nakameguro or Nakaidei.
And Ethan, thank you. Thank you so much for the donation. Nakameguro or Nakadashi, cream pie or Nakameguro. Sex.
This is completely overgrown.
This thing is true. Yes, it's a thing, yes.
Lots of stuff inside.
But it's a thing, but it kind of seems like she's overreacting. This part specifically.
As everybody knows, Japan is facing a population crisis. There's more old people now than young people, and a lot of
I'd love to take you around for a neighborhood tour. Since we talked online last year, I'd love to meet up. Do you want to do that actually? Wait, no. Hold on. I wanted to do a stream where I go to like a Chris Bras bar and I wanted to name the stream something like, go into Chris Bras bar and ask him what he thinks about Oriental Pearl. Like, I was talking about it yesterday. I thought that was like a fire idea. Yo. No. Hear me out. So like, I was just like literally talking about this. I'm not on Chris's side or like I'm not on your side or anything. I just really wanted to talk about this whole thing. And then at the same time, it really seems like your situation's really doomed, right? I feel like you're kind of feeling it now too, because like I think you're surrounded by like so many haters right now, right? I think we can kind of like probably make it a troll thing and sort of do something actually different. But let me get back to the stream part, because I wanted to still talk about some like certain things.
Houses are going abandoned after people pass away, and I thought this was one of those over 9 million abandoned houses.
And as to this part, it is really a thing, yes.
Country. In fact, there's a lot in this neighborhood, but this one, I actually saw someone is still living here, an elderly.
I'm gonna skip this part. And so then she goes to Shibuya, right? She goes to Shibuya and she talks about how Shibuya got worse, right? And then a lot of people were saying like, oh, Shibuya has been like the worst place ever, which I thought as well, actually. When I first saw this thing, I was like, but Shibuya always is dirty. It's been just insanely crazy since the beginning. That's what I thought too, right? Then here, this is like what I got, okay? I'm gonna dox her here one more time. This is exactly where she was at. This. So, if her point is like, oh, Shibuya got dirty, I didn't know this actually. It kind of got a bit dirtier. Actually, yes. It got dirtier. And I didn't know about this actually. I was like, what the fuck? This is 2022. It got dirty, yes. Actually. That's the no. What I mean is like there's like actually a bit more graffiti. So if her point is like, oh, Japan's like now covered with graffitis everywhere, I didn't know about this. Even I thought that was over exaggerated. But yes, she was right. But you'll get to that later, okay?
Now, and of course you're very familiar with the Shibuya crosswalk,
Yeah, where I show up and talk about Naruto technique names.
which is right ahead of us. But what
It got dirtier since I moved. Nice.
When are you going to dress in a maid costume?
I already did that before. I thought I freaking wore a maid costume and twerked on stream, and why do you want me to do it again? What's happening?
you're
Do you guys actually think this is like a Pornhub channel or something? Is it really what's happening here?
less familiar with is what I want to check out today. This used to be one of the worst spots for
Okay,
it.
this actually surprised me too. Miyashita Park Tunnel. So this used to be the worst place, right? She says. And I was like, yeah, but not sure if it was like the worst place. That's what I thought, right? So I got the freaking place in on Google Maps. And this is what it looked like in 2022. And I really didn't know about this. It got better recently.
But now this beautiful mural has been painted here.
And I was like, I mean, was it? It hasn't. I was like, it's been like that forever. I was like, wait, it's been like that forever? I was like, it's never like that insane. But then it turns out that it was actually freaking crazy before. Look at this. I didn't know about this, okay? Even though I didn't know about this. I was like, I really feel like that's over exaggerating. But no, it really apparently got better around this part, right?
Which is great. This is actually looking pretty good now that they've got the graffiti gone and a nice beautiful piece of artwork has been painted here. Although this is kind of what it looked like before, that kind of graffiti.
This part actually got worse. Here. So you just have to walk only a little bit, right? This part got worse. So this is what it looked like before, right? This part got worse. So I guess this kind of proves that people actually keep leaving graffitis everywhere, even in Shibuya. And this is still a thing, which I didn't know about.
The price that they had to pay to keep this area looking nice, keep that tunnel from being vandalized, is there's usually security watching around here. I don't see them today, but oh no, there he is.
As to that part, yeah, Shibuya is like kind of filled with like security guards everywhere too. I talked about this before, but the worst place in Japan is currently in Shibuya. It's Shibuya Family Mart, aka Street Fighter Dimension. It's where all the foreigners come to Japan saying Pikachu is cute, right? And then they get drunk in front of the Family Mart and they start fighting. And I actually got noticed by the people that work for the government. It was freaking awkward as fuck. I went there on stream and I just went up to one of the people, like, you know, who works at the city council. He was like a security guard. What? No, it's on stream. It's on stream. You can actually freaking see it. It's on stream. And so I went up to like one of the guards and I was like, hey, isn't this like, is it supposed to be like the most dangerous place ever? And he was like, oh yeah. Aren't you a YouTuber? I instantly said no. And he was like, what's your name? And I just said my real name, Nishimatsu. And he was like, no, you have to be a YouTuber. I've seen you before. And I just said my ass and my actual YouTuber name. And he freaking just felt like, oh, I know you. My sister watches you. And I'm like, fuck. And the guy actually freaking said like, yo, can I take a picture? And I was like, am I really taking a picture with freaking like somebody that's working for the government? What's happening here? And I took a picture and I freaking just like said brussing and then like some cringe shit and just decided to run away. That was just awkward as fuck. It's on my channel, by the way. But either way.
So the price they had to pay to keep this area from getting vandalized is there's a 24-hour security guard right behind me.
You know, no. So the thing is here. So like, what she's trying to say like Japan got dirtier. Like that's really what it sounds like to me now, right? But then at the same time, I think it's because of like the title itself maybe made it sound like she's saying like Japan's now ending. Japan's over. And then people are going like, what the fuck? I really feel like that's what's happening. Honestly.
The only way to stop people from
maybe
messing this up again, because it was like that for years. And It's just nice to see something like that. But I mean, obviously they can't put security around the whole country.
What's happening to Sora the troll? Chris senpai! Chris senpai! Chris senpai, I wanna smell your hands. I'm sorry. すいません、クリス先輩。ほんとすいません。ちょっとそういうのを今日はしないと思ってたんですけど。すいません、本当に。すいませんでした。クリス先輩、よろしければ、今度、なんか、すいません。ちゃんと謝ります。すいませんでした。But yeah, let me get back to this one. Wait. You are responsible for the graffiti. Dude, I'm gonna show my ass in Shibuya and get arrested for freaking talking about my ass and like smelling. By the way, recently though, I wanted to defend myself. You know what? I'm gonna just like do what you did, Oriental Pearl. I'm gonna defend myself like you did. Recently, I jokingly said like I have a crush on Chris Broad. Jokingly, like obviously I was not serious. Like you can look at my channel name and it literally says Sora that troll. I was trolling. You know what happened? Some people freaking DM'd you, right? Saying like, oh, apparently Sora has a crush on you. Well, let me get back to the
Here is the city trying to fight back.
And this thing is like something I actually found as well. It's here. Let me show it to you. It's here. So it wasn't really there before, right? It wasn't there before, but now it's there. Which means Japan is actually...
Can I have a whiff of mermaid costume?
Thank you so much for the donation.
Chris and Oriental Pearl Street Fighter in Sora's stream.
Chris Sensei and Oriental Pearl San, if you guys are interested, there's like this dimension, what I call the Shibuya Family Mart Street Fighter dimension. You guys can just go there and get drunk and start punching each other in like your faces, and I will film it, and I can just blame everything on foreigners, and it's gonna be a social problem. I feel like that's like the best way to freaking solve this, honestly. But either way, here.
It's even written in English and Japanese. Graffiti is illegal. Apparently, there's a 5-year prison sentence or up to 500,000 yen. 500,000 yen is about $5,000. They're not joking about this. Yet still, right next to the graffiti sign, I see.
And that thing right there, it's new. So this is like in 2022. And I didn't know it was new. And I was like, wow. So it actually keeps getting worse in Japan. This is something I didn't know about. I was like, even I thought like, oh, Tokyo, like especially Shibuya and Shinjuku, it's been freaking like covered, especially like Shibuya. I really thought Shibuya is being just covered with like all the graffitis everywhere. That's what I thought. And then I was like, so it actually is getting dirtier. What is happening to Japan, Sora? What is happening to Japan? I mean, I've been kind of saying this, but Japan's currently getting raided by all the anime-loving weebs who think Naruto's a real thing. They come to Japan and they think I'm a tourist attraction. They come up to me and say, that's Sora, let me take a picture with you. And they make me say Rasengan, somehow. That's what's happening.
You're getting noticed a lot by your senpais. Congrats. It must be the most cringe-wet dream for you. Anyways, flying to Japan on Monday. Got to take them cosplayer photos.
Okay, everybody, stop making it sound like I'm trying to get in Chris San's pants or Oriental Pearl San's pants or anything, which is what happens on my channel. I get it. Don't do that in this stream. And I freaking just said it now, so it's gonna happen. Chris and Oriental Pearl, if any of my viewers say something like, oh, by the way, Sora was saying that he wants to have sex with you, that's them trolling, okay? That's literally what happens on my channel. That happens to Aki Dearest once before, and I'm pretty sure she hates me. But anyways.
More graffiti.
And this thing, I actually couldn't figure out where it was at, but...
Okay, I've seen that YouTuber. That was a foreigner.
You know what, let me just skip it. And this thing right here.
On.
The phone booth thing. Where is it? Oh, this thing, okay?
Oh my gosh, the telephone box.
So this part, people saw this part and just went like, what the fuck? She's like overreacting because like there's a phone booth that's covered with graffitis. That's what I thought too. I was like, isn't that kind of like a thing forever? I was like, it's been there forever. Then I found this thing, okay? Here. So I guess it was kind of dirty before, but it's actually worse. This is in 2024, right? And this is probably like, I don't know when you did it, but like recent, right? And I was like, wow, it is actually a bit worse. And you're gonna get shocked by something, actually. This is not the worst thing I found. I was like, what the you need to clean it for views. Do you guys actually think I'm a janitor that's porn on YouTube? Like, what is happening here?
Oh my gosh, what is this?
What is this? It's a phone booth. It's a phone booth. Did any of you guys freaking actually leave a comment say like, oh, by the way, that's a phone booth?
You'll still find some telephone boxes in Tokyo and across Japan. It's kind of a...
Let me skip to the next part. Next part. By the way, this one is like actually something that shocked me a lot. This bridge right here. Right? By the way, I go to Shibuya a lot. I'm in Shiba, right? But I go to Shibuya a lot to sniff a lot of things. And this thing shocks me. Ready?
Plot twist. The graffiti is being put there by YouTubers so they can make videos about how the graffiti problems are getting worse.
Is it like what's really happening? And do you guys actually think I did freaking like all those things? So it looks like this before. In 2024. I really thought it's been there forever, but this thing is new. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? Right? I problem did the graffiti. Just for the video. I honestly didn't know, okay? Even like when I first saw the video, like people told me to just watch the video and I was like, my honest reaction when I saw it, I was like, isn't it kind of over-exaggerating? Because like it's been like that forever. No, I didn't know about this. Even when I went like, what the fuck? And by the way, I was actually researching all these things privately with somebody. And this shocked me actually. But then the next part was like something insane actually. But right, so like if her point is like, oh, Japan's covered with graffiti now, she's got a point. If her point is like Japan's ending because of this, it's not true. But I don't think she said that, right?
This is right by my...
Oriental Pearl, don't you think the Kurds in Kawaguchi are a much bigger problem than graffiti?
Wow. This guy freaking decided to like show up at a literally kindergarten party with freaking porn. Now all the kids out there freaking just actually just got startled. Yeah, see? Look at the comments. Yikes. Wow. Jesus. You get called a racist now. Either way.
Chinese school. I have to see this every freaking day.
Alright, so this thing, okay? Even I thought, I was like, wow. Well, why is she talking about like those graffitis are freaking like there's something insane in Japan, right? Because I thought this is something that's been there in Shibuya forever. I didn't know about this. They apparently weren't like that before. It's there. It's this thing. That. This is 2022. This is now. So it is actually apparently, yeah, like I don't know if it's like a Japan's getting dirty or anything, but Japan's getting more graffitis. If that's like what she's saying, yes, like that's really a thing, yes.
Whoa. The city actually did come and repaint this whole bridge.
Yeah, I didn't know about this. I seriously didn't know about this. It's certainly interesting. Graffiti artists seem to be going wild. Should I actually freaking like cover my room with like all the graffiti saying like Oriental Pearl versus Japan. Wait. No. Chris and Oriental Pearl. Can I actually get your permission? Can I somewhat meme about this whole like beef in the future? Like Oriental Pearl versus like Chris. Can I meme about this? I need your permission, both of you guys. Can I need both of your permissions so that I can just say like, oh, that's Chris and Oriental Pearl? I need your permission. I actually do need your permission. I'd love to have you meme about. Okay, no comment. Alright, no comment.
Looks like that green wall.
Access
before.
denied. Yeah, breaking my password was wrong. It's probably 6'9", but sure. Let's go, everybody. I just got their permission. So if I ever see foreigners fighting like each other in Shibuya Family Mart, in front of like Shibuya Family Mart, I'm going to be like, that's Chris and Oriental, bro.
But as you see, it's already back.
That thing right there, I honestly thought it was a thing forever. It wasn't. Even I didn't know about this. Even I didn't know. I was like, what the fuck, right?
Have you heard of Camptodon?
It's a new one.
Is it like hentai or something? I don't really know what's happening, but I think it's much better.
That's a new one.
So and then she
part.
talks about whatever, like, stuff, and we can skip this part. And then
I'd say with ClickUp, doing my daily tasks is up to 10 times faster.
The work of a law firm
is it?
This dispute needs to be settled the English way, namely with a winner-takes-all mud wrestling match between Chris and Alyssa.
Thank you so much for the donation. Do you guys actually think my channel is like freaking sport channel or something? And why does YouTube keep telling me to get a job? I already have a job and I'm not a YouTuber.
Station. We're now.
And so she talks about there are like a lot of like homeless people and whatever. And as to this thing, I really wanted to talk about this. Actually, Japan's homeless situation is getting better here. This is the data, right? And this is something I didn't know about it, actually. Japan's homeless situation seems to be getting better each year. So as to this thing, I think it was over-exaggerated, right? This thing, I think it's over-exaggerated, yes. I didn't know about this, actually, yeah. And then,
here's the cardboard. Those are the words.
This thing, so that's Shinjuku tunnel, right? And she basically just went there and she filmed it, right? Saying like, oh, there's like graffitis everywhere. And a lot of people, including myself, said like, wait, but it's been like that forever. It wasn't. Let me show you something. I was like, wow. So I guess like there's been graffitis everywhere, but it actually is getting worse. Here, ready? This thing right here. This is in 2023. And that's not graffiti. That's actually like done like by artists. So you really didn't see graffitis before, right?
The three of you should get drunk at Lost Bar. Chris, Pearl, Sora, what do you say?
I'm gonna
Film
third
it
wheel.
too.
I'm gonna third wheel. Dude, I want to show up there, but I'm gonna third wheel.
Hey Pearl, pay homeless people you profit from filming.
Why did you delete it, Chris? Wait, you got a video response? Dude, that's amazing. Can I actually just watch it in one of my membership streams so I can just kind of like touch myself? I can just kind of... I'm waiting up. Oh, you actually are going to freaking make it an actual thing? That's insane. But anyway, so like the situation is actually getting worse, and I didn't know about this, right? Dick graffiti has been occurring. So like, as to that part, oh, by the way, Oriental Pearl, if you're watching this, I actually couldn't stop laughing when you said like, there's a dick, and I have to see every day. It's unfortunate that Oriental Pearl charged ahead with her bizarre rant about me so quickly. Otherwise, maybe we could have chatted about it. What do you think, Oriental Pearl? That's Chris Bra's left jab. What's your counter? I laughed about the dicks in the walls too. But in the video, you acted like somebody freaking flashed in front of you, and you wanted to scream and like, "That's a disgusting dick." That was actually funny as fuck when I saw it. I was like, wow. So like my channel is basically like the worst place for her, because I talk about pee pee poo poo all the time. But anyways, so like this part, it was actually cleaner before, and now it's dirtier. Yes, it's really a thing.
And here's a lot of the homeless people's stuff waiting here for when they.
And that thing, so like I'm gonna ignore the homeless part, but so that corner is actually here. It's this thing right here. It's actually getting worse, and this is in 2023, right? 2023 versus now. So if her point is like, oh yeah, Japan's getting more graffitis everywhere and trash everywhere, yeah, I didn't know about this myself. It seems like she's actually true. I was like, wow, so it is getting worse.
Come back. There was a point around the 2020 Tokyo Olympics where they cleaned this up quite nicely, you know, getting ready there.
And there's like this part where wait, I have nothing against Oriental Pearl personally, but I maintain this is sensationalizing issues, man. A new street in Shibuya and Shinjuku with more graffiti, it's not a Japan-wide issue. I actually was kind of thinking that. So like, I guess there's like two sides, right? Basically, Oriental Pearl basically mentioning like, oh, there's like more graffitis, like, you know, in my eyes, versus Chris saying like, it sounds like you were talking about how Japan's ending, because like if you look at the whole Japan, it's not that. And this is something I've been talking about myself a lot too. Tokyo isn't really Japan. Like that's what I see. That's what I've been saying. Tokyo is like Singapore, and like Japan's Malaysia. That's what I've been saying. And you're Japanese, no, I'm Korean, Chinese, Singaporean. I'm not Japanese. Osaka has the same problem, and I was originally planning to go there as well after this. But then, yeah, you got some anime techniques in your face, and now this is happening. I mean,
next to it,
across a YouTube video, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, these videos have accumulated 1 million. So actually, I know what you mean too. There's like this trend where people come to Japan and people basically want to expose like the dark side of Japan, which is really a thing, which I think is freaking funny. So I've been making videos, basically memeing about the whole thing, saying like, you get punched as a foreigner. If you go to this area, you die and nothing happens. Like I've been kind of like proving that everywhere on my channel. But yeah, 1 million people going to think Japan's essentially a comic show. Yeah, I know what you mean. So I've been just memeing about it myself a lot too. And then I guess like you got mad because this whole thing looked like she was kind of boosting it, right? That's your point, probably. That's your point. You wanted to say like this boosts the whole like, oh, Japan's getting worse and you know everybody's gonna believe that, and you just didn't like that, right? I'm thinking.
They have all those people that just moved.
And this whole thing, yeah, it's a real issue, yes. There's more graffiti in Toronto. That's just a freaking touring video. Like, oh, by the way, do you want to go to this district where there's like graffitis everywhere so people get punched in their faces? I mean, that's actually freaking funny as fuck. That's kind of like just that's just the tour video, right? Oh, by the way, do you want to go to this district where there's like more graffiti and people are just dumping everywhere? Because that's actually true. And this thing, Toyoko problem, I actually got nothing on Google Maps or anything, but this thing has been a thing forever. Yeah. So, and I guess it's getting worse, maybe, but I cannot say nothing. But then she talks about how there's like more trash around here, and as to that part, I don't think it's true.
Shibuya no Dougenzaka Hyakendana is way worse.
True. And thank you so much for the donation. The Japanese media recently covered the graffiti issue on TV, and their YouTube videos were titled things like 街の柄悪く見える、地元育ちの子供苦笑い. True, but Nakameguro and Nakano are kind of like ghetto in Japan, right? They didn't write their headlines as what is happening to Nippon. But so, this is like what I've been saying. Tokyo is not really Japan. Like, I really have been saying this. Tokyo is Singapore. Malaysia is Japan, right? Like, Tokyo suddenly changes. Like, seriously. It's insane, right? So, lack of opinions from locals. So I don't know if I can consider myself as a local here, because everybody thinks I'm Chinese and Korean and Singaporean, but not Japanese somehow. But as from my perspective, there are so many things we didn't know about, right? We didn't know about it. Even I thought it was over-exaggerated. I was like, this is like definitely over-exaggerated. Tokyo has been like that forever. And I've been going to Tokyo since I was like 15, right? And I was like, it's not like a recent thing. That's what I thought. And then it turns out that there's more graffitis everywhere recently. And then, so this part.
Security can say definitely right after the pandemic, I told you in the monster for this. And I was beginning to sign this telling people not embarrassing to Japan.
This part, she talks about how they are like standing girls where street prostitutes do something illegal, right? And then, like, I guess she said like Japan's embarrassed about it, which is not true. Japan doesn't really care about this part that much. Even I don't really care, honestly. That's what we kind of say. I've walked past Oriental Pearl twice in a street in the last 6 months in Nakameguro. She didn't know. Wait, by the way, did you ever walk past me or something? Did it ever happen? Because if it ever happens, like, that would be great. Like, actually. In a rant about me, it turns out she does know who I am. Oriental Pearl! No, Christian's hurt! Christian's hurt! Wow, he's hurt! He's hurt! Christian's hurt!
If the title was what's happening in a particular neighborhood in Nakameguro or Shibuya,
Maybe,
it may not get much
true.
protest. It should not be generalized.
Oriental Pearl, Christian's hurt! I would probably give him a hug and probably smell his... I would probably... sex. I didn't say I would probably sex you. That's not what I meant. I wanted to just kind of like stop saying what I wanted to say, and it turns out it's worse.
Quickly on the internet, Japanese people from other prefectures felt embarrassed. Tokyo locals felt embarrassed.
That part, not really. Okay, I'm gonna say it one more time. I don't really think we are embarrassed about this situation, right? I'd rather watch you react to her calling me a cunt in her next video. I mean, I wanted to get to that later. Because I can talk about something there.
To see though, from doing all that, I was some distance.
In this part, I actually got the same location on Google Maps, okay? It's this place right here. And as to this, I think she's over-exaggerating, because it's been like that forever. This is 2024, and as far as I remember, Shinjuku Kabukicho is filled with trash and illegal things, and people doing crazy things. And it was way worse before. Kabuki was way worse. Yes, it was way worse because there were no security cameras. I got grabbed twice in Kabuki. Like, they freaking did a lot of like insane things. Lots of videos about the standing girl Okubo hospital problem. I had to be very vague about it. Oh, by the way, I talked to a streamer about the whole thing, and this streamer corrected you. Do you know what he said? It was freaking funny as fuck. What he said was like, there's like this professional guy that goes to that area a lot.
Standing out here, but also the amateurs, and it was...
Apparently, according to this professional prostitute hunter I talked to, he says, oh, by the way, this street only has ladyboys. So, by the way, you're wrong, Oriental Pearl. And I'm like, wow, this guy freaking knows everything. And I don't think it matters. But apparently, they're like, oh, like, this is the ladyboy district. And I'm like, oh, that's new. Street name? No. And then, so, I covered all the things I wanted to talk about. But then, I'm gonna get to the part everybody has been has been asking me about. So then, what's bad about the graffiti situation in Japan, right? Why is she making a huge deal out of it, right? Well, the thing is here, a lot of Japanese people kind of think about this actually. So basically, do you guys know what broken wind theory is? Do you guys know what that is? Like, なんだっけな、日本語。窓壊れ、なんかあるよね。Do you guys know what that is? Broken window theory. Do you know what that is? Because I feel like that's what she's talking about. If not, then I don't really know what she's talking about. Broken windows theory. This is like something I actually studied back in university too. But basically, this shows that like if there are broken windows, the crime rate goes up, right? It goes up. So basically, if there are broken windows, if the streets are dirty, crime rate also goes up too. And so it's the same for graffitis too, yes. And Japanese people know about this actually. We kind of grew up with the mentality of like, oh, when there are graffitis, that's a very dangerous place with like all the Yankee, like delinquents being there. So I feel like that's what she meant. Like she's basically saying like, oh, there's like more graffitis now. And I feel like it's going to influence Japan in a bad way. I think that's what she wanted to say, but she didn't really mention it. And then everybody just went like, what the fuck is she talking about, right? That's really what it seems like. And then actually, just because I talked about this, I wanted to talk about one more thing. A lot of you guys out there say, like Japan's homelessness rate is getting worse, but I kind of proved like it's partly getting better. And then depression rate, I don't think you guys knew about this. Depression rate in Japan is actually getting better, if you guys didn't know. And I can actually tell from my experience, I don't really see a lot of Japanese people saying like, oh, I'm so depressed, I want to kill myself. I don't see that anymore that much, actually. It's simply because a lot of Japanese people watch anime and watch VTubers and they touch themselves to hentai and porn. And they talk to their parasocial girlfriends, aka VTubers and anime girls, and they go to conventions and they touch themselves publicly to anime girls. And I feel like, it's something you guys didn't know about. And I'm not trolling, by the way. I'm serious. It's really what's happening. Like, all the virgins were so depressed before, like 10 years ago. And there was like this even term, like there was a term, like Ryaju Bakatshiro, which means like explode, you, like, yes lifers, right? So, depopulation in rural areas. Yeah. That's really like something I've been kind of talking about. And then work hours, I wanted to just kind of talk about this too. You know how people, like a lot of you guys out there say something like Japanese people work a lot. Not anymore. Even I can tell. Some people still do that. But if you actually pay attention to like how many hours people work in 2025, not anymore. People decided to stay away from like all the bad companies in 2025. Even myself. I see more Americans that work harder because you guys have to freaking pay your bills and stuff, right? Americans work harder. Europeans probably are kind of same, but yeah, black companies are disappearing now. And it's something I can tell from my experience. A lot of my friends stopped working that hard because like they all like saw, like the black企業, like black company problems. That's really huge in Japan now. So, and then like people just kept reporting all those places. And then just in case, I wanted to talk about something. U.S. Virgin Islands population, it went up since 1960s. So there are more people there. What the fuck? And then, so like, let me actually talk about this part. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. And then here, I wanted you guys to actually pay attention to this part too. So if you guys didn't know,
thorough and fair analysis to both sides, hands clapping.
Yeah, thank you so much for the donation. Because I was kind of curious, like, what was happening. Like, I honestly don't care. Like, I'm literally just jumping on this bandwagon because it just seems hilarious. I wanted to actually bring popcorn and freaking eat it and talk about porn and hentai, but like, now I cannot do it because both of them are here. So I can just talk about my... That's not what I wanted to see. So then, basically, Chris, okay, called her out, saying like, yo, this is not something you should do. Like, you shouldn't do post, right? Basically, Chris saw this and then he left a comment saying like, you shouldn't do post. Like, you shouldn't, over-exaggerate. And then I try to get views because some of them are not true, right? And then I think what Oriental Pearl wanted to say was, but I guess this is like, there's like more graffitis. That's what's happening here, right? I've never had a personal problem with Oriental Pearl, but I do find the content going up to Japanese people in the street, surprising them with Japanese is a bit... Chris, if you're fine with this, like, I don't want to, like, 迷惑かけたくないんですけども、すごい迷惑かけたくないんですけども、I don't want to cause any trouble or anything. I want to do this one video where I go up to a British man and I speak English and I want to surprise you. It helps to cultivate a sense that Asian people are different. Yeah, right. But by the way, I just kind of, so, in the future, but I don't want to, like, you know, bother you or anything. In the future, I really, really want to do a video, like a short one, where I talk to a British man, you, and I want to speak English to you, and I just wanted to surprise you with how fluent my English is. Like, oh, hello, Chris senpai. Do you watch anime, bro? But yeah, anyways, then that's what Chris wanted to say, right? And then she uploaded this video. We'll make dreams come true. The thing is, like, let me actually talk about this. I don't really want to come off as like a person that uses you for views. I legitimately like what you do. Like, so every time I talk about you, it's more like me talking about what I want to talk about, just in case. If it ever seemed like I'm trying to generate views or anything, just in case. So, like, my point is here, anyways, and then she decided to upload this video saying, why did Chris Broad attack my channel, right, abroad in Japan? So there's like this miscommunication, right, where Chris got mad at her because it seemed like she was doom posting, right? She was doom posting, and she was just kind of over exaggerating things, saying like there's graffitis everywhere, but graffitis has been everywhere forever. But it turns out that it's actually true. There's more graffitis in Japan, and I didn't know about this. And then there's like this broken window theory. Maybe she was talking about that part. Then she was saying like, I'm kind of worried. If so, that makes sense now, right? And then she just got that comment, basically criticizing her. And then she just went like, wait, but I didn't say anything that's wrong, right? The Reels and TikToks and YouTube videos. Do you guys wanna do a rap battle? Like, do you guys wanna do? Wait. I can play some music and you guys can just like a rap, right? Like, yo, bro, you suck, and I smelled your ass and it smelled good. Don't do that, but here. Anyways. And then she made this video, right? And let me actually talk about something as a YouTuber. So like, I do help my friends actually doing like a YouTube channel, right? Or like running a YouTube channel. I always tell my friends to not defend yourself on YouTube. If you defend yourself on YouTube, that's the end of it. Viewers don't care how true it is. Viewers are out there. They want to get entertained, right? And viewers out there, like, you know, if they want to watch you struggling or something, they don't care why you're struggling. They just want to see you doing something. They want to get entertained, right? So if you defend yourself, that's the end of you. I've never seen any cases where people defended themselves and people just went like, oh, okay, so like, I guess she's fine. I've never seen that, right? So then, this is just me from my experience, right? I'm not saying like she did anything bad here. She did that. And then now people think she's trying to generate views, which is probably not what she thinks. She felt like she had to talk about it, right? And then she called Chris a C word, the C word, which surprised me a lot too. I was like, wow, that's something. That's like literally, again, like talking about porn on Cocomelon channel. Like saying like, oh, by the way, what kind of dick do you guys like? Like that's really what it seems like to me, right? My video was mispresented and served to Chris' audience to hate bait them into disliking me. The video was well received. Yeah, right. So that's basically what's happening. So like, you wanted to defend yourself because like you kind of felt like you were getting attacked, right? That's what you wanted to do. Like you just went like, oh, I'm getting attacked, I gotta do something about this. But as a YouTuber, like if you make a video where you defend yourself, it always ends up getting more hate. I've never seen any cases where it works out. So then she talked about like what happened and whatever, and she basically said like, oh, this is not what's happening, this is not what's happening, this is not what's happening, and by the way, Chris, you do it too.
Double standard.
And again, from her perspective, like she wanted to prove points, like, oh, but this is not true, and you do it too. Viewers don't care. Viewers kind of see it like, oh, she's now trying to use it, she's now trying to come up with excuses. I want to smell her armpits. Like, what's happening there, right? I can prove something. I'm talking about something, and people are freaking talking about hentai and porn, by the way. She called Chris? Actually, no. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I was like freaking thinking about porn and hentai myself. And then she goes like, oh, Chris does this. Chris, you do it too. Like, why are you accusing me of this, right? Which is something I don't think people cared about. So now, it seems like Oriental Pearl is whining, right? And then viewers are going like, why is she whining? That's what's happening. And then Chris didn't watch this because I guess he was busy. By the way, I think he watches anime. He was like busy watching anime and he didn't watch this. Hentai porn. Have you watched Dragon Pink? And then she also points out that it seemed like Chris hated her, right? I think she'd had a compelling argument. The comments would have been on her side. Maybe. So like, I don't really know. Oriental Pearl, actually, I want to know what you were thinking about. So like, is it more like you just felt like you were getting attacked so that you had to just kind of talk about something so that you can prove like your points and like you can talk about your perspective? Is it like what was happening here? She just called me weird names and swear words. Chris got hurt. Christian got hurt. Dude, Christian got hurt. He's probably typing this while crying. He's like, Oriental Pearl Chan, you called me names. That hurt. That's what's happening. Oriental Pearl. I don't actually know what your name is. So wait, let's just wait for her comment and then we can actually summarize everything, right? Pearl recording the homeless without consent is bad move on her. As to that, yes, I do agree with you. People in Japan try not to film homeless people. Yes, that's something people don't really approve of. Even myself, I thought that part was a bit not fine, but I guess it might be fine in the West, so I didn't say nothing. But in Japan, yes, that's like something. That's something you don't really want to do. Because even as a YouTuber myself, I try to stay away from like that. And yeah, kids, that part too. I try to stay away from like kids and homeless. That part, yes. I try to stay away from that too. So there were some things that kind of made me go like, I'm not sure about this. But then I honestly thought it might be like a Western thing. There's no homeless people spaces in this video. I know what you mean. So
Poor sweet baby Chris. He's such a sweetheart.
Thank you so much for the donation. I know what you mean too. So according to like the privacy 方法だっけ? Like privacy protecting laws and whatever, apparently you can film faces. Yes. And then like they can do something about it. But even with that, people try to stay away from like filming homeless people. Yeah. In Japan, usually. Even I kind of tried to just stay away from the whole thing. There's like this one stream I did where I went to Sanya to see like how the situation was, and I instantly saw homeless people, and I freaking had to keep my camera like this, right? Because I didn't really want to film anything. It's not just like only their faces or anything. People just kind of in Japan, yeah, they try to stay away, yeah, basically. But anyways, so collaboration with a church that works with them. That's how I could get so close and go into their tents and in other documentaries. Interesting. I actually didn't know about that. Nice. I think abroad in Japan and Oriental Pearls should just talk privately. I want to talk privately with them too. Wait, can I? Am I gonna fight with you? Wait. Yo. Can I talk privately with you guys too? No, like that's not fair. Like, why are you guys talking? Like, why is everybody like telling you guys to talk to each other privately? I want to talk to you guys too. That's not fair. Wait, Oriental Pearl, can I actually talk about something? I got like real jealous because you got Chris Chan's attention before me. He made so many posts about you. I got jealous, by the way. I'm very open to talking, and I think that's a great idea. You got Chris Chan's attention before me. Chris Chan made so many posts about you. He never made any posts about me. He made 3-4 posts on Twitter, Facebook, on YouTube about you. I got real jealous. Discord or Zoom, I don't know. So just in case, I just wanted to prove how jealous I am. And so I'm more famous than Johnny Somebody. So now you are more famous than Johnny Somali, and you're gonna probably get punched in your face, and you can just whine about it too. Kind of like, you know, what everybody does. If you're a YouTuber, you get punched and you whine about it. So I want to get punched in my face, and I want to whine about it too. But yeah, the conclusion. So basically, her video, this video is actually true. Japan's getting dirtier, and there's like more graffitis, and like it just keeps getting dirty. And there's like this broken window theory thing. Whether like where, you know, like the city is dirty, the crime rate goes up and whatever. If she's talking about that, that's all true, yes. And then is it over exaggerating? Maybe a little bit, because like it seems like that's what's happening to like everywhere in Japan. But that's like what's happening in very small district in Nakameguro, and Nakameguro no 8の言わないようにしよう。Nakameguro, Shibuya, Shinjuku. And that's probably a bit exaggerating, but I think she's got a point, and that's what she wanted to say. And Chris saw that, and he just went like, don't like over exaggerate everything. And then she went like, that's not what I did. I just wanted to prove everything. That's it, everybody. And then I just talked about what I wanted to talk about. I'm gonna watch hentai, and I'm gonna probably just, I don't know, like play Fortnite or something. But yeah, everybody, I will just keep this stream up, and you can see it later. I'm gonna end the stream here because like I want to watch hentai. I'm gonna read comments for 3 minutes. Wait. These are the stars that we saw there together. The water show you shared with me nothing tonight. I hope you will remember this moment. Chris said you're a good lad. I saw that thing. I got a boy. So the peacemaker. Thank you so much for the donation. I'd like to see Chris remove his garments.
Sora the peacemaker.
Thank you so much for the donation too.
I would like to see Chris remove his garments.
So if you guys
once.
want me to talk about India, I will do it not in the stream. Can you teach me how to get cancelled? Talk about how bad K-pop is on Twitter. What is it like living in Japan? The same as watching anime.
Gage an Avenger. Assemble.
Thank you, Sora. By the way, if you wanted to actually like talk about this on stream or something, let me know. There's like a 概要のメールアドレスがあるんで、そこに言っていただければ。で、I can name the stream something like waiting for Chris so that we can punch Chris Broad in his face. Oriental Pearl versus Chris Broad. Street Fighter Edition, Family Mart. We can wait for Chris in front of like Shibuya Family Mart. 1v1? Yeah, 1v1. That'll be funny. You must, yeah, I wanna do it. If we fist fight, I want to be dressed as Godzilla. No. You gotta be. No. You gotta do something crazier than that. Like Chris Broad is mad at you because he thinks you're using Japan in a bad way, right? So like at this point, you gotta cosplay as like Johnny Somali or something, and then you gotta just go up to Japanese people and like call them names. You can call me names, and then Chris Broad is gonna be mad at you more. Then you will get
Imagine if
canceled.
Twitter didn't exist. All drama would reduce to 80%.
I actually agree with you, so I've been staying away from Twitter. Yes, I don't even have an account. Threatened to come to Lost Bar. Wait, so he thinks going to the Lost Bar itself is a threat? He thinks he's like basically like a poop head? What is happening? This statement actually makes no sense. Like, oh, by the way, I'm threatening you. I'm going to your bar. Does he actually think he's like a freaking poop warrior or something? Like, does he smell that bad? What is happening? Like, if I go to your bar, Chris, it's not gonna be a threat. It's gonna be kind of like, oh yeah, there's gonna be this cringy Japanese dude. Like, that's really it, right? It's not gonna be like, oh, it's gonna be insane. I watch anime. Sex. It's not gonna be like that, right? How many YouTubers can you take? Are you talking about sex? Twitter Japan's as toxic as Twitter US. I honestly think Twitter Japan's a lot worse. Do you make much money from socials? On my channel I make $3,000. Do you want proof? I'm gonna show you something. Like, I actually don't care. I'm gonna literally take a picture right now and just show it to you.
While we're all here, when is Sea Dogs next cyclethon? I will be in Tokyo April to June.
Thank you so much for the donation. So I literally gonna freaking just do it now. Last 20 days, this is like what you guys wanna see. I made about $3,000 and $500. $3,500. I'm gonna just show you guys the picture here so you can just actually see the proof here. So.
You both gotta duke it out cosplaying as Kiryu and Majima from Yakuza series.
I don't think Chris knows what that is. For this month? For the last 28 days, yes. You make more than me, but dude, I'm supposed to be a YouTuber that has like subs. Will Sora visit Lost Bar? I got banned from going to the bar because I said something illegal, which is this. And Chris was apparently watching this and it got really, really awkward. So I got banned. Alright, now more than 3 minutes, but I'm gonna end the stream here. And I'll just leave this stream public this time. I usually make it unlisted because, like, you know, I don't want to seem like that YouTuber that basically reacts to videos and go like, oh my gosh, that's interesting. This is true. I didn't want to do it, but I'll just leave it this time.
I think the most effective way of resolving this feud is for both to share an impacting experience. So I suggest they watch one of your cosplay streams. Then they can share things about their trauma. NGL, I gotta say, Oriental Pearl is a crazy name.
As to that part, like, I don't honestly care myself. I mean, I guess if you guys care, then that's just you guys. I don't care, honestly. I don't, but like it might be my thing because I don't really care if people call me like Sora Chinchon. I don't care. I think that's hilarious, but that's just me, right? So Chris and Oriental Pearl, if you are still like watching this, there's like this one thing you guys can do, and you guys can probably just solve everything if you do this, which is this kind of stuff, right? I mean, you don't have to really do what the donator just said, but I'm gonna just give you guys an option, which is to wear a costume and act like you're doing. Never mind. Yeah, let's just not talk about this. By the way, everybody, I'm done doing YouTube. I'm not really wearing anything. So, hello, everybody. I'm done.